Greetings and welcome to your destination. You've reached the Psychological Wellness Hub. We aim to help you build your knowledge and wellness around better understanding mental health and psychological concepts. Welcome back to the channel. Today's topic is an expansion on alcohol use disorder, a part 2 in the series where we build further on the understanding of alcohol use disorder. Please feel free to watch part 1 video of alcohol use disorder in this series, which prepares you for this video. The link for part 1 is down in the description below. Let's review. Can alcohol disorder disrupt your life? Yes. It can cause minor to extreme difficulty. It can impair social, work, school, responsibilities, goals. It can be short-lived to many years, impairing an individual. More on the symptoms of alcohol use disorder. Please be aware that each person is different and unique in the way they experience their symptoms. So some people can have a set of symptoms and someone else can have a very different set of symptoms. Having said that, these are some general overlapping symptoms. Frequent and continuous alcohol or spurts of alcohol use that involves binge drinking. Recurrent or repetitive alcohol use. Alcohol use that is excessive, that it causes unintended consequences. Failure to complete or fulfill major role obligations, such as getting to or completing work responsibilities. Things like attending or completing student responsibilities. Things like attending or completing parental obligations. Failure to care for or provide for pets, children, spouses. Fulfilling promises, completing chores or tasks, paying bills because of the alcohol use. Failure to do things because of the alcohol use can lead to work reprimands, expulsion from school, suspensions, marriage difficulties, managing friendships, managing business partnerships. Recurrent or repetitive alcohol use in situations that are potentially hazard or high risk for the person drinking the alcohol or others that might be impacted. So things like being intoxicated while working on machinery, driving while impaired, running carnival rides while impaired, and more. Risk for legal problems like moving violations, public intoxications, trespassings, DUIs, or driving under the influences, or OWIs, operating while intoxicated. Continued use despite clear and obvious consequences, troubles, and risks associated with the alcohol use. Some additional dependency symptoms, things like development of psychological reliance on self-medication, development of physical tolerance. Withdrawal symptoms. So things like autonomic activity like becoming diaphoretic or tachycardia, basically sweating and increased heart rate, hand tremors, insomnia, nausea or vomiting, motor restlessness, brief delirium or DTs, where brief hallucinations can occur, increased anxiety, and seizures. Other dependency symptoms, things like unsuccessful efforts to cut down alcohol, a great deal of time spent in actions or activities to obtain alcohol, using the alcohol to recover from effects from prior use like eye openers to deal with hair of the dog, giving up previously enjoyed interests, hobbies, or social interests. Cognitive thinking symptoms, constant what ifs. I'm going to get in trouble now, I know it, it'll just be terrible, and so many bad things will come of it. Just one more drink ain't gonna hurt nobody. You drive me to drink. It's only a matter of time before these things go south. It's beer 30. It's been a rough day. I deserve to tie one on. Don't be a buzzkill, man. Let's go party. Emotional symptoms, intense fear, dread, shame, guilt, or irritations that drive the behaviors to drink. Physical symptoms, things like heart rate increases, in and out of consciousness, intoxicated, slurred speech, hand tremors, visual hallucinations, sweaty. Behavioral symptoms, things like pacing, restlessness, looking for the next drink, becoming verbally combative, aggressive, pacing or placing self in compromising situations, fighting. Someone might talk about their symptoms in this way. Man, today was hell. I worked my butt off and I deserve a cold one. Or 12. Ha ha ha. You know, I needed to deal with people because I'm not born like others with the gift of gab. I get uptight and not able to carry on conversations. It's like I get stuck, but when I'm drinking, it's like I gain all the confidence I need. If I don't keep drinking, then I'll have to think about it. Think about what happened. If I don't get one or two in me, the way the day is going, I'm never going to get stuff done. If I don't pound down a couple, then I'm going to get sick and detox. I've done so many things I'm not proud of. I just need to get it. I just can't. I can't live without it. Barriers to healing or recovering from alcohol use disorder. What are the things that keep it going? Here's a brief list of barriers that keeps the alcohol use disorder problems going. Things like avoidance. Avoiding dealing with alcohol, dealing with the use and the consequences, avoiding dealing with the feelings underneath the alcohol, avoiding dealing with the anxiety or problem solving, overanalyzing the situation or worrying, excessive doubt, excessive excuses, I can't, excessive stress, ruminating, obsessing, rating how we feel in the moment as how we will always feel, forgetting that we don't always feel that bad. Negative thinking is not bad. It can help us, but if it becomes a dominant focus by our choice, it can hurt us. Focusing too much on our weaknesses, rationalizing our drinking constantly, or making excuses for it. Ignoring the consequences connected to drinking, allowing cross addictions to fester, letting our guilt and shame direct our actions with drinking, avoiding learning and more about and exploring your alcohol use disorder and its origin. What does alcohol disorder look like? Here are some examples. I'm going to read some examples of individuals with alcohol use disorder. Please note these are not real people, but the stories represent real scenarios. Listen while I tell you about their stories. Listen for details of the alcohol use disorder and how it impacts different areas of their lives. Martin is a 20-year-old exchange student. He always looks unsure of himself. His mind is always running, and when he speaks of things that are constantly on his mind. Martin does not discriminate in his worries. It's like if anything can become something for him to be concerned about. Martin worries about things in the moment or what is right under his nose. His list doesn't end there. He worries about future items, bills, natural disasters, not making friends, fear people will not like his outfit. Martin's friends tolerate his constant worrying, but often have their own worries and concerns if Martin will ever find peace and relax. Martin lets his tension build and build over time till he gets overwhelmed and feels the need to drink excessively to medicate his symptoms mentioned above. Martin does this several times a week and places himself at risk as he has missed a couple of classes, and his resident advisor in his dorm has started to question him about his behavior with alcohol. Despite this, Martin continues to drink because he just can't tolerate this distress. Martin has general anxiety disorder and alcohol use disorder. Jody is a woman in her 40s who constantly doubts herself and encourages others to doubt herself as well by constantly berating herself in front of others. Jody struggles with her self-esteem and is quite self-defeating in her behaviors. Jody downs about a fifth of vodka daily to deal with her distress. Jody drinks more and more over time as her body develops tolerance to it, so she is chasing the intoxication. Jody will often drive to the liquor store as she has already started drinking pretty heavily and passes out on the way to the store at a regular place where the police try to catch speeders. She is indifferent to this on some days because she is so intoxicated, and at other times when she has less alcohol on board, she is quite anxious she will get pulled over. Jody has started to notice how her drinking is affecting her ability and desires to consume food as she eats less and less often. She also noticed she's struggling to keep on task at work due to her being hungover. Her friends have started talking to each other but have not voiced their concerns to Jody over her alcohol use. Bonnie loves her dog. She loves spoiling them. She got into a car accident about 4 months ago and has some ongoing pain. She's seen the doctor and taking medications, but she feels they are not covering all the pain. Bonnie has begun drinking to deal with her pain. She feels that when she is drinking, she doesn't have much pain, though really she is less focused on it the more intoxicated she becomes. Bonnie has noticed that she has begun to forget to do things for her dogs. She feels guilty to the point of shame. Rather than trying to get to the root of this, Bonnie drinks more and more to deal with the guilt and shame, thus neglecting herself and her dogs more. Scott has bipolar disorder. Scott alternates over weeks between having manic episodes, which are followed by depressive episodes. Scott likes the high he feels when he feels like he's productive and creative when he's manic. He does not like feeling depressed. Scott will often go off his mental health medications when he rebounds from a depressive episode and increases his drinking. As he increases his drinking, the more and more he continues to avoid taking his medications and becomes more and more manic, leading to him getting hospitalized either in a psychiatric unit or ends up in a medical psychiatric unit where they have to give him medical detoxification for his alcohol use, so he doesn't end up with DTs and has seizures like he has many times before. His family is gravely concerned about his well-being, and his girlfriend is over his behavior and drinking. We hope you found today's topic was useful for yourself and someone else. Let us know if it was by commenting below. Let us know what you'd like to hear about or what topics could be useful to you by commenting below, and we'll take it under consideration. If you like what you heard today and would like to hear more from Destination Psychological Wellness Hub, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel by selecting the subscribe button at the bottom of the screen and by clicking the thumbs up. This will help you get the newest content produced by the channel to you. Please tell all your friends and family about this channel and share this and other videos with them on this channel. Encourage them to like and subscribe. And as always, we hope your psychological wellness continues to grow with us in this community. Thank you.